Hi everyone and welcome back to Clubit's YouTube channel with me, Amy. Now if you can't tell, it seems we're a bit Game of Thrones crazy at the moment. What best way to keep on with this craziness than round up the whole of Season 8? Yeah, that's right, all 6 episodes in one video. However, this isn't the same as any recap video. We've decided to set ourselves a challenge. Who doesn't love a challenge? I have got to try and recap the whole of Season 8 in just 10 minutes. Yes, you heard that right, 10 minutes. This is going to be a bit of a struggle. Anyway, let's get into it and see if I can do it. Let's put a timer on the screen and in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Starting with episode 1, let's just make a quick mention on the fact that the titles have changed, now only focusing on 4 different locations. Everyone starts to arrive in Winterfell, however Cersei stays put in King's Landing with her army. She doesn't want to help anyone else. Jon and Bran are finally reunited. They haven't seen each other since season 1. A meeting is then held to reassure the Northerners that Daenerys is here to help and isn't a threat. Jon then has another reunion, this time with Arya, who reminds him who his family is now that Dany is queen. Over in King's Landing, Bronn is assigned with the task of killing both Jaime and Tyrion by Cersei with a familiar looking weapon. Jon takes his first ride on a dragon. He seems like a natural. Before him and Dany exchange a lovely kiss in front of a picturesque waterfall, Sam returns and finally tells Jon the truth. He is Aegon Targaryen, heir to the Iron Throne.
Your real father was Rhaegar Targaryen. You are Aegon Targaryen, true heir to the Iron Throne.
Finally, we cut to a scene at Last Hearth, where Beric, Eddison and Tormund find Ned Umber attached to the wall, surrounded by severed limbs. It seems the Night King has already been there. They rush back to Winterfell to inform Jon. In the last scene, Jaime Lannister is shown arriving into Winterfell. In episode 2 there isn't too much that happens. We're still waiting for the big battle scenes. Winterfell is preparing for the war against the undead. Jaime arrives at Winterfell and is scrutinised by Daenerys for what he did to her father and the lack of army that his sister has sent. Jaime tells Daenerys that he is just as annoyed as her about it. Everyone is still wary if Jaime should stay, and Brienne vouches for him, while Sansa vouches for her and he is able to stay. Bran and Jaime are finally reunited after what he did. However, that's the least of Bran's worries now he is the three-eyed raven. Sansa speaks of her concerns that she thinks Jon is a little dragon crazy at the minute and not thinking straight. As everyone prepares for battle, women and children are sent down to the crypt, and it is decided that Bran will be used to lure the Night King to him due to the mark he was given. While sat round the fire, Brienne of Tar is given her knighthood by Jaime. They have till the sun rises before the battle. Episode 3, don't get me started. This one needs some serious shortening as we only have 10 minutes for the whole series. From what I could make out in the dark scenes, there was some serious fighting between the living and the undead. The Dothraki rush in first with their swords alight. Within seconds, all their swords are put out and the battle scene goes silent. The undead charge towards Winterfell. The Unsullied, along with the rest of the army, attempt to stop them. This is unsuccessful. Daenerys can't stand to watch her army fall and takes matters into her own hands, diverting from the plan. Her and Jon mount the dragons to help save her people. With the dragons not helping, the army retreat into Winterfell. We lose our first character, Eddison, who was saving Sam. Melisandre helps to buy some time by using her magic to light up the trench when the dragons can't be seen. Lyanna Mormont charges at the undead giant, killing him before she dies herself. Jon and Dany try to take the Night King on above Winterfell. She tries to burn him, but it doesn't faze him. He then raises the dead again, including the Stark fighters. Beric sacrifices his life to save Arya. Melisandre tells Arya what she must do. Jorah also sacrifices his life to save Daenerys. Theon tries to defeat the Night King, resulting in his death. The Night King is left with Bran, not before Arya swoops in and stabs him with Valyrian steel, causing him and his whole army to fall in piles of ash. The final death in the episode is Melisandre, who removes her necklace and walks out into the snow. Obviously, this is a series shortened down version of one of the biggest battles on the show, so forgive us if we missed out any details. Moving on to episode 4, this one is a bit tame. We do need a break after the giant battle scenes which just took place. The episode shows the Northerners having a good old celebration. While they did just defeat the Night King, I'm sure that they deserve it. Everybody's having a great time. However, this merry celebration doesn't start before the people of Winterfell say goodbye and burn the bodies of those who lost their lives in the battle, such as Lyanna Mormont and Ser Jorah. Everyone is having a great time apart from Daenerys, who is feeling a little anxious with what Jon told her. Before she takes herself away from the celebration, she names Gendry Lord Gendry Baratheon of Storm's End.
That can't be, I'm a bastard.
No. You are Lord Gendry Baratheon of Storm's End, the lawful son of Robert Baratheon, because that is what I have made you.
Jon then goes to see what's wrong. She's scared of what will happen if people find out Jon's true identity. She'll no longer be the heir to the throne. She begs him to keep quiet and not tell anyone, but Jon tells her that he must tell Arya and Sansa. Back at the celebration, Tyrion decides to play his own drinking game with Jaime, Brienne and Podrick. It seems to be their own version of Never Have I Ever. However, he seems to upset Brienne and she leaves, closely followed by Jaime. Sansa reveals to the Hound that she wouldn't be the person she is today without everything that's happened to her. Seems everyone is talking about their feelings at this celebration. Arya and Gendry finally reunite after their fling in the crypt, with Gendry excited to tell her of the news of his new lord status and confesses his love. However, Arya soon shoots him down by telling him that that's not her.
You'll be a wonderful lord, and any lady would be lucky to have you. But I'm not a lady.
Jaime and Bran finally get it on after what seems like an eternity of waiting. Tensions are high in the war room as they try and figure out how to destroy Cersei without destroying King's Landing, which they soon figure out. After this, Jon meets Bran, Arya and Sansa at the Weirwood Tree, where they remind him of how they don't trust Dany and the four of them are the last of the Starks. Jon pleads with Arya and Sansa to keep his secret, which Bran then tells them before the scene ends. The armies start to head to King's Landing to take the throne. However, Euron Greyjoy ambushes Dany and her army. Euron manages to shoot one of her two remaining dragons and he falls into the sea. After the attack, everyone starts to wash up on shore apart from Missandei. Cersei has her. Dany asks for her surrender, which Cersei refuses. The episode ends with Cersei ordering the mountain to chop off her head. Dany is furious. While back at Winterfell, Jaime leaves, telling Bran he can't leave his sister. To say that this episode is a bit more tame, there's still a lot happening. Episode 5, the penultimate episode. This definitely did not disappoint and we said goodbye to a fair few characters. The episode starts with a dishevelled Daenerys who is moping around at Dragonstone. She's mad at Jon, Tyrion and especially Varys, who she sentenced to death. We witnessed the first shock of the episode when he is burnt to death by Drogon. Tyrion helps Jaime escape to get to Cersei and move to start a new life in Essos. Jon and his army are stood outside King's Landing, while the common folk are being herded into the Red Keep. Dany arrives on her dragon and within minutes has burnt the Iron Fleet, Golden Company and all the Lannisters' fancy dragon-killing devices, the Scorpions. The Unsullied and Dothraki charge in. As the city begins to burn down in flames, the surrender bells begin to ring. Dany ignores this and continues to burn the city, including everyone in it. Euron and Jaime have a fight for Cersei's affection. Jaime is seriously injured before killing Euron and making his way to his queen. We see Arya and the Hound in King's Landing before the Hound tells her to leave and get out. We see Arya running for her life, leaving King's Landing. The Hound runs into his brother with Cersei and Qyburn. After disobeying his orders and killing Qyburn, the Mountain fights his brother before the Hound launches them into the flames. Jaime finds Cersei and they try to escape from the tunnels underneath the city, but when their exit is blocked they are trapped. The ceiling collapses on them and they are crushed to death. Finally, Dany stops burning everything, leaving a horrified Jon to deal with what she has done. We finish on a scene of Arya escaping on a horse, the only living person in sight. This episode was definitely fiery and we'll have to see if there are any consequences for Dany. Surely not now she is queen. Now on to the final episode, How Time Flies. This episode starts by showing the aftermath of what Dany has done. Thousands are dead and now Dany is on her way to take control of the Seven Kingdoms. However, not everyone is happy about it. Jon finds Grey Worm who is killing the prisoners. When he questions him, he tells him it's the Queen's orders. Daenerys was supposed to be the breaker of chains, but her recent antics proves otherwise. Jon and Tyrion watch Dany as she addresses her army, both upset and angered by what she has done. Tyrion finds the bodies of both his brother and sister and has had enough. Tyrion rips off his pin and hands in his resignation to Dany. He is made a prisoner due to the treason he committed by freeing his brother. Jon and Arya come face to face with each other at King's Landing, and he asks her why she is there after admitting that she came to kill Cersei and was beaten to it. Jon reasons with Arya that Dany is queen, which Arya responds to with try telling Sansa that. Jon meets with Tyrion who tells him that his actions can change the future. He then meets with Daenerys by the Iron Throne. Jon knows that the two can't be together and to help save everyone he stabs her, killing her. Jon then faces Drogon, who is obviously upset at what he has done and starts to shoot fire everywhere, burning down the Iron Throne. He then picks up Dany with his foot and flies off with her. We then jump forward in time where all the important people in Westeros meet and talk about Tyrion who is brought to them by Grey Worm. Him and Jon are both unsullied prisoners. Some of the council are fine with Jon being killed, however Arya puts Yara in her place.
Say another word about killing my brother and I'll cut your throat.
They all agree that Westeros needs a new ruler, and after some heart-touching words from Tyrion, it is decided Bran will be the new king of the 6 kingdoms. Yes, 6. Sansa decided that the North will have its independence that it used to have years ago. Although Tyrion doesn't want it, Bran then names him his hand. It is decided to please everyone that Jon will be sent back to the Night's Watch to live out his life. Jon is then saying goodbye to his family, with Sansa leading the north, Bran starting his life as the king in King's Landing, and Arya is off to find what's west of Westeros. Bran is then seen having a meeting with his small council, which consists of Tyrion, Bronn, Davos and Samwell. The last scene of the episode shows the Starks and what they are up to. Sansa receives her crown, Arya is off travelling, Bran is the king, and Jon rides north of the wall, joining the wildlings. Wow, I can't believe it. We were able to fit this all into 10 minutes. It was such a challenge. We hope you enjoyed the video, a different kind of take on a season recap. We'd love to see your takes on this video. Make sure you leave them linked down below in the comments, and don't forget to comment any parts that you think we missed out. I mean, we only had 10 minutes. Thanks for watching. Bye!